Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more petty revenges. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. This was so long ago, in the very early 80s when video arcades were all the rage. My cousin and I worked crappy jobs, decided to open a video arcade, rented a building, repainted the place, had signs made, all the things that cost money before you make money, and were completely flat broke. Opened the arcade and had a lot of traffic, including the local bully and his minions, which completely turned the atmosphere sour when they showed up. The bully eventually wanted to show dominance to us and punched a hole in the sheetrock wall. I was furious and was ready to take him and his gang on. My cousin, on the other hand, laughed, bet him $5 he couldn't do it again, next to where the hole was. He did it again and my cousin gave him $5. Another round of hitting the wall, another $5. The bully is $10 up and liking this money and attention. Then my cousin bet him once again he couldn't do it for $5, and the bully took him up on the bet. This old building had lousy sheetrock, brittle and easy to knock holes in, but it was built with rough sawed hardwood studs in the walls that had been drying into nearly steel in strength for 50 years. The guy wound up a punch, let it fly, hit the wall stud, and it wasn't sheetrock we heard breaking. With tears running down his face, holding his destroyed hand, he took off so no one would see him break down with the pain. About a week later, I saw him at the convenience store, a metal rack around his hand, several pins through his fingers, back of his hand, and it strapped up to his chest, and asked him how he spent the $10. All I got was a lot of F off and just you wait. But it doesn't stop there. He had claimed his hand got caught in a business store and was threatening to sue that business for his medical bills when my cousin heard about it and informed the business of how the hand actually got damaged. With a little investigation, members of his gang rats him out. He wound up paying his own medical bills and was threatened with being charged with insurance fraud. Don't know if it actually happened. Later he threatened to sue us, but the insurance company lawyer explained to him not only wasn't it an accident, but being a deliberate act he could be sued for damages to the building. He backed down. About 2 years later after that he got his teeth knocked out in a fight, then tried to claim that they got knocked out at his job. But someone informed the company what actually happened. He was fired and they didn't pay for the teeth. Years later I found out it was my cousin that informed his workplace. What reminded me of this, I just saw him 40 plus years later in my life, in my 60s now, complaining about the arthritis in his hand and talking with a lisp from the still missing teeth. Apparently he doesn't remember I was the co-owner of the arcade and was 4 feet away when he totaled his hand, tried to pass it off as a workplace injury where he got screwed out of a disability, but bragging he screwed the hospital out of a bill. Or remember that it cost us about $200 to replace the sheetrock and repaint the wall. $200 we really couldn't afford at the time. Moral of the story, don't be a bully, it will follow you for life. Dang, this bully sounds like an actual loser. I mean, all bullies are losers, but this guy sounds like a big, gigantic loser. Why does he just keep lying? And why does he keep lying about how he got his injuries? This guy's a sleazeball. Honestly, he just keeps on trying to scam people. Thank gosh for the cousin though. I can't believe the cousin actually followed all of his businesses, you know? The cousin was just nosy, but a good kind of nosy, because then they could get the revenge, because this guy is such a bad person anyways, terrible person, disgusting human being, so he deserves all of this. So good on the cousin for being nosy. Yes, I like it. I was a little brat to my 6th grade teacher in Catholic school. It was her first year teaching and I pushed her limits every day. It was not my proudest year in school. On the last day of school, I skirted her with a squirt gun. Her eyes turned to violence. She grabbed me by the back of the neck and she hissed, "Come with me." She marched me out of the classroom and down the hall. I was terrified, thinking I was going to be taken to the principal's office, an old nun we all feared and called the Goose. She marched me right up to a drinking fountain, forced my head into it, and turned on the water. She held my head there, soaking my hair thoroughly, then marched me back to class by the neck, still dripping. When she brought me into the classroom, my fellow students all laughed at me. I deserved it. Dang. Okay. So this was about a petty revenge that they deserved. Alright. Jeez, if you're going to be a terrible person, yep, you're going to get the karma. Honestly, you can only poke someone so much before they freaking burst, alright? This happened in early December last year. I'm driving home from school one afternoon and I accidentally cut off a lady in a big-ass Suburban. I quickly got back into my original lane and waved an apology after she honked at me. I was a bit tired, so I missed her in my blind spot. I thought that would be the end of it, but boy was I wrong. My one careless move triggered a series of road rage incidents from her that I never thought anyone would be capable of resorting to. First, this woman speeds around me and aggressively cuts me off and brake checks me very hard. Mind you, the speed limit was 45 miles per hour and I was already doing 50 miles per hour. She had to be passing me at no less than 70 miles per hour. I gave her some room in case she brake checks me again, which she did, bringing our whole lane down to 50 miles per hour, all while flipping me off outside her window. I have a dash cam, so even if I hit her, I would have taken the insurance payout. But dealing with insurance is too much of a hassle, and I love my car, so I didn't want to damage it. Other cars start passing us, so I try to do the same, but she dives in front of me again. Eventually, she lets me pass and I wave her sorry again, which she responds to the finger. Finally, we stop at the red light and she pulls alongside me, yelling at me to roll down my window. Of course, I don't in case she pulls something out on me. Other cars are honking at her for blocking my adjacent lane while yelling at me, but she gives zero shits. Once the light turns green, I make a loop around the block to try and lose her, but to no avail. I even haul ass down an open road to see if she gives up. My car is heavily modded so it can comfortably smoke her SUV, but she persists. I'm thinking, what kind of person has this much time on a weekday to follow someone around? Had I driven home, she would have come back later and did God knows what. So finally, I resort to calling the cops. I get bounced around dispatches for about 5 minutes before finally ending up with the right jurisdiction. I explain my situation, and the dispatcher directs me to drive towards the nearest police precinct while an officer tries to intercept us. During the conversation with the dispatcher, she's still flipping me off, and the dispatcher can hear her honking. That's how close she was tailgating me. It's been over 30 minutes since the original accident. Seriously, who has this much time? I stay calm and continue to relay to the dispatcher where I am as I pass intersections. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I saw a Dodge Charger speeding up behind us. I couldn't tell if it was a patrol car, as it had appeared to be an undercover vehicle. No blues and reds yet. So I confirmed with the dispatcher if there was an officer behind us. It was. Once I saw the lights come on, I pulled over and she was promptly followed. As I parked in some church lot, this fat ass dove out of her car, and only then she notices the Christmas tree of lights behind us. The look on her face was priceless. What does this dumbass do? She darts towards the officer's car. The officer quickly commanded her to stop, which this bag of meat seemed to understand. Now, I'm still sitting in my car waiting for the officer to come to me. I hear her making up some bull story, and in a few minutes, he comes up to my window to hear my side. The moment I stepped out of my car to talk to him, she yells at me, "You suck at driving." This was retaliated by the officer yelling at the woman. I told him my side and about all the brake checking and racial slurs. I told him my side, and she obviously denied it. The instant when I mentioned that it was all on dashcam, her face went pale. The officer saw all the brake checks, excessive speed, and tailgating once I pulled up the footage on my phone, and then he asked if I wanted to press charges. Of course I did. They searched her SUV and found an unregistered Glock underneath the driver's seat, and a tiny bag of weed. This woman got arrested for reckless driving, endangerment, possession of marijuana, and a couple of other things. I was just told to drive carefully with no ticket. Wow, good stuff, man. Seriously. If someone pisses you off on the road, just leave them alone, okay? It's just a one-time thing. You ain't gonna see them ever again. If someone does something crazy or stupid, okay, they're dumb, honk at them once and just leave them alone, okay? Oh my god, you don't have to go through all of this to chase someone. What the heck? This woman is crazy. Thank gosh no one got hurt, because stupid drivers like this, they just end up hurting so many other people. I swear. Does she really think nobody has dash cams, huh? Like, she be thinking she's doing all this and she's gonna get away with it? She's crazy, dude. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!